Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about week 26 and 27 of this triplet pregnancy. Okay guys, so currently I am 28 weeks and 2 days, which is just amazing to me that I am in the third trimester of this triplet pregnancy. I'm so thankful that we made it to the third trimester, that they didn't come before that. And I also wanted to mention too, before I jump into just how those weeks have been, is just something I've been reflecting on really since the beginning of the year. And that's just that where we are after starting IVF. So we started IVF at the very end of December of 2018. That's when I started taking my very first injections to prepare for egg retrieval. And to think that now, a little over a year later, I am pregnant with triplets is just crazy to me. And I guess I was just reflecting on, starting this YouTube channel and that, the subscribers and you guys following along from the beginning and new people coming, and that now we're almost at 6,000 subscribers is just, to me, like crazy. Like, I know that's still like a small channel, but to me, it's like, I did not think that this would happen with this channel. And it's kind of risky, like putting yourself out there. Like, I knew when they said IVF is your next step, I was like, okay, I want to document this and I want to put it on YouTube because I want to continue that message that I benefited from watching other YouTube people as well, that you're not alone in this. And every journey is so different. And I think that's just amazing as well, that, you can't predict it. You can't, when I started this, I had no idea if it would even work. And, we went through failed transfer. You guys can go back and see that. And we went through, having low eggs and low egg reserve. And then we transferred our last 2 embryos. And if it didn't work, we'd have to go through another egg retrieval if we wanted to try again, which is just really tough. Those of you who know, it's really tough to go through that. And there's some people out there on YouTube that have had to do that, go through multiple egg retrievals, or, still are waiting for their baby, or it took much longer than what we went through. And I know I'm so grateful and thankful that we didn't have to go through IVF for multiple years. Yes, we struggled with infertility for 6 years, but specifically IVF, really took less than a year to get that positive pregnancy test, which is, I'm so thankful for. But still, like, I never would have imagined that would end up being triplets. So anyway, it is a crazy journey, and I'm just so thankful for you guys sticking with us and just reflecting on it and thinking like, wow, like I had no idea what this would develop into when I first started documenting this whole journey. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And, but yeah, jumping into symptoms for weeks 26 and 27, I feel like things haven't changed too much. I'm definitely getting bigger, and I feel like shortness of breath is happening more frequently. And also like heartburn, just still there, but maybe a little bit more frequent. And back pain, lower back pain is, getting a little bit more, noticeable as the belly gets bigger. And then, but I will say something that's been really helpful for that. I have these heat packs that you can put in the microwave, and then I put that on my back and sit in like this like recliner chair that we have, and that's really helpful. So those of you who struggling with some back pain in your pregnancy, or even back pain for whatever reason, they're helpful. So just wanted to put that out there too. I will say I do have a little bit more swelling. I've noticed my sister took some maternity photos for us, and actually I will insert a few of these here so you can see what they look like. I was so thankful for them. So during that, we were not walking much. Like we tried to be really careful of me not walking much and sitting and all this stuff, but I had swelling in my ankles and I could see it from my socks basically, because my sock was like kind of putting an indentation in my ankle and there was swelling below where that indentation was and above. So it was kind of strange looking, but it's not all the time, but it was like something like that where, I'm walking around or a little bit more active or not like able to put my feet up, when I sit down. And then also I feel like my hands are kind of like permanently more, not swollen, but just bigger. Sometimes they swell, but I feel like overall they kind of stay bigger than they used to be, the thickness of my fingers. And then also some joint pain in my fingers. I don't know. I've heard sometimes you can get carpal tunnel in pregnancy. I don't think it's that, but it's still like my hands kind of hurt sometimes. So that's been something too. But, that's really, been about it. Sleep is getting a little bit more difficult sometimes, but yeah, that's a big thing. Now, I will say cravings. I haven't talked about cravings much in these videos because I really haven't had any. But I will say I've noticed that, really I guess the past couple of weeks, maybe a little bit more, that I've been craving like kind of like a cold drink, which I normally would not. I normally drink like lukewarm or like hot teas and stuff like that. But I've been wanting something more cool. And I've been making this like tea basically, where it's like roasted dandelion root tea and decaf black tea, and with a little bit of coconut sugar in it and some collagen peptides, just to get that collagen, that protein, all that stuff. So I'll make that tea in like this pitcher that I have and put it in the fridge and drink it out of there. And I just really enjoy that. It's so refreshing. And I guess it's kind of a craving, and maybe oranges as well. I feel like I've been wanting to eat oranges more. So I don't know, maybe that's a craving, but it's not like I gotta have an orange, oh my gosh, but I've just been like buying them and then, usually have like one a day. But anyway, that could be a craving. So, and I think also just thirsty. I'm getting more thirsty, like where I just want to drink a lot. And even in the middle of the night, I'll like drink from this cup I have on the side of my bed. I'll drink water from it, and it doesn't really help with having to get up to pee, but it does quench my thirst when I get really thirsty in the middle of the night. So, and drinking water throughout the day. But anyway, so I guess those have been maybe some cravings, but yeah. So I also went to the MFM doctor yesterday, and I have a clip from me after that appointment. So I will insert that here so you can hear how that appointment went. Hey everyone, so I'm on my way home. And this morning I had my appointment with the maternal fetal medicine practice, and just wanted to update you guys on how that went. And I'm currently 28 weeks and 1 day. So today I had something that some of you might need, and that is if your blood type has an RH factor that is negative. So my blood type is O negative, and it's not as common. Positive is more common, definitely. But if you do have negative, then you have to get this shot of this medicine. I can't remember the name, like Rogam or something. I can't remember the exact name, but you have to get that when you're like around 28 weeks in your first pregnancy. And then you have to do another one probably like when the babies come. So basically what happens is, I think in your first pregnancy, it really has no effect, the fact that you have the RH negative factor. But in a subsequent pregnancy and after, it can affect the health of the baby. If the baby is a different blood type, so if the baby has a RH factor positive, then your body can start attacking the baby. So, but in the first pregnancy, it doesn't really do anything, but you do need to take this medication, so that I'm not sure exactly what all it does, but somehow it helps for future pregnancies. So I did that today. It is an intramuscular shot. So you're gonna have that shot standing up, leaning over a table. They do it in your upper hip area. Those of us who've gone through IVF are very familiar with intramuscular shots. We do them to ourselves, or our husband does them to us. So, but this one I will say kind of hurt a little bit. Not real bad, but it was just kind of like kind of stung more. And then as the medicine went in, it kind of stung as well. So, but you know, it wasn't that bad. But anyway, that was something I did today. Another thing is I'm gonna start to go every week now for ultrasounds. And they're doing something they call like testing, where they test to make sure the babies are like practicing breathing. They test different aspects about their heart and blood flow. And they're checking the identicals, so baby A and B, to make sure that, you know, they're both getting the sufficient amount of blood flow they need from the placenta, and they have the right amount of fluid in their sacs and all this stuff. And yeah, so they got to monitor that as well. So today they did that for the first time, and that was difficult. They had a hard time seeing everything for all babies, especially baby A. Baby A was kind of like underneath in a way the other babies, so there were just a lot of shadows and stuff like that that made it harder for them to see things clearly for baby A. And also baby A is kind of falling even more behind in growth, and not a lot. And they still told me, you know, I asked them and they were like, yeah, we're not concerned with that. It's not significant enough. And you know, the fluid in the sac and the blood flow coming from the placenta to baby A looks good. So they don't seem too concerned about that. So I was thankful for that. But yeah, baby A has like, especially a small belly, and you know, it's just small overall, but has I think it's like the 10th percentile for the belly size, but overall baby A is like in the 20 something percentile, and then the others are about 50 percentile. But baby A weighs 2 pounds 2 ounces, and 2 weeks ago weighed 1 pound 14 ounces. So you know, baby A is growing, which is good. And then baby B weighs 2 pounds 11 ounces. Baby B is the biggest, and that's the other identical. And then baby C weighs 2 pounds 8 ounces. And again, these are all estimates. I mean, they can't like, it's not like for sure, but that's what they're estimating them to be at. So they said that's all really good, and they were able to see them all practice breathing. And baby C was kind of being difficult with that, like wasn't really doing it. And then all of a sudden they saw him do it. So, but baby C is way easier to see than baby A or B, because he's up high and he's just so easy for them to scan and all of that. So that went very smoothly, but it was kind of a longer appointment just because, you know, they kind of need to watch them and see them breathe and all of that stuff. So, and move, they need to see movement and like moving their legs and their arms. So they were able to see all that as well today. So they were moving a lot. It was fun, but also kind of difficult because, you know, just trying to get everything measured for them was more difficult today. It took longer. But yeah, so overall, you know, things were good. And I need to update you guys. I haven't done this, but I passed my gestational diabetes test. So I'm so thankful for that. I didn't have to do the 3-hour test, and it was just the drink and then wait 1 hour and get the blood work done, and I passed. So very, very thankful for that. and I realized I hadn't updated you guys about that. So I found out about sometime last week about that. But yes, past that, so I'm very thankful. But yeah, that's pretty much it that happened today. Okay, and so yeah, I mean, you can see that there was, you know, some differences, a lot of things going on, and I will say I am kind of concerned about baby A with just the size that he is and him not really, you know, he is still growing, and I'm thankful. And they've reassured me that there's no other signs of that twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome. But I guess just him continuing to be like just small kind of concerns me, and his belly being like in the 10th percentile just kind of concerned me. So I'm just keep praying for him that he can grow and develop, you know, how he needs to, even if he is smaller than the other two. But I guess I will confess that, yeah, that's kind of a concern, just that of his size. But anyway, and then I will also say, so I had that shot, which was an intramuscular shot for the Rh negative factor. And when I got home, like later that evening, I, you know, took the Band-Aid off. They put a Band-Aid on where they did the shot. And I noticed like, it was like in the middle of my butt cheek, like high up on my butt cheek, but in the middle. You know, and those of us who've done IVF know that you're supposed to be in the outer quadrant, like more towards the hip. And I was like, that's probably why it was like hurting. Like, cause it felt like a nerve pain when she did it. And then even today, like I would say, it's like almost it's not that bad, but it's like I have nerve pain, not so much muscle pain from it. So I think she didn't really do it in the right spot. And you know, that's your sciatic nerve going down the middle of your butt cheek. So, and they tell you, you know, when you do IVF, don't do it there. And so anyway, I just found it kind of silly too, because I'm like, man, like, you know, those of us who've gone through IVF know exactly where to do it, and our husbands know exactly where to do it. Because I know a lot of people have their husbands do it, but I did it myself, and it did not hurt. So I don't know. But, you know, and it could have had something to do with the medicine kind of burning going in too. But I just thought that was kind of strange. When I saw where the Band-Aid was, I was like, that's not really where it should be. So, but anyway, just thought that was kind of silly. I'm going to show you my belly. So I am 28 weeks and 2 days. So I will show you my belly. Okay, so sorry, the lighting is kind of, the sun's going down. But yeah, here's the belly. And it's getting bigger and bigger. There we go. Hey guys, so that's the belly. And don't forget about the live Q&A this Sunday, February 9th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm hoping to get this video up maybe this evening. Today's Friday, so 2 days before Sunday, or tomorrow. Make sure to remind yourself about that, and we're excited to be able to interact with you guys in this new kind of way. So, all right, see you guys in the next one. Bye.